Hello and welcome to my channel. I created this channel as a way to create stories and learn how to tell stories. And I feel like that has just done really well, that I've enhanced my ability to create stories. I have a great formula that I feel like I, with just a little notice, can take almost anything and create a great story that for a presentation or for some sort of impactful large group that I can make a real good splash with. But I feel a bit like lately all I'm doing is polishing around the edges, that I'm not really moving things forward as well as I could and exploring new territory. So I was talking with my friend Rich about this, and he had some really great ideas. He didn't have ideas like, oh, you should do this or you shouldn't do this. He more said, like, look, here's how I see your style, and these things would be the exact opposite of your style, and maybe you should try some of those and just like see what works, what doesn't. And of course, being me, I quickly read through that list and immediately forgot all about it. But it's grown on me over time as far as trying new things. Like, this channel is all about learning, and so I want to keep learning by doing different things. So my last week, what I did was a bunch of really short stories. It was really interesting, in that I found that they didn't have quite the impact, but they were in some ways more useful because you can, only being 30 seconds or a minute, you can fit them in so many more places. So there's been a bit of a debate in my household. The question is, would you rather do one thing really, really well, or would you rather do 10 things pretty well? I know which side of that argument I fall on, but let me give you an example. So let's say you have an optometrist or an ophthalmologist who is the best at what they do, and they're fantastic at helping patients and understanding, diagnosing them, helping them with their eyesight, making sure that minor things don't become major. And I mean, it warms my heart at what a goodness this is, right? Of somebody being so good at this and helping others. At the same time, though, imagine an optometrist or an ophthalmologist who's pretty good with what they're doing, but they know a lot about, say, ancient Welsh mythology and a little bit about, sociology and geography or the ancient rites of various peoples or anything or astronomy, or that they're wide ranging in their interests and their loves, and they know a good bit about all of these different things. And just think how they might be able to add something new and different into optometry or ophthalmology. They might be able to help soothe a patient who otherwise might be difficult to reach. They might be able to take some of the learnings or the methods from any of these other things, and they might be able to add it in there, and they might be able to advance the whole field of optometry by taking in different things from different places. And that really is how invention works. Very little is actually built from whole cloth. It's almost always taking different learnings from different places and combining them together. And that's why I value a liberal arts education so much, because while I understand why people would want to have others focused in on high value technical learnings so that they can get good jobs, I think it's a benefit to humanity for us to learn as much as possible about as many different things as possible and bring them in and then push them back out to the world. So if I had a piece of advice to everybody, it would be try to be good at 10 things and as widely different as possible. And then try to bring them together. If I had a piece of advice for young people in particular, I would say, go out to the world, go learn the stuff, go do what you think you want to do, go spend a month in a Tibetan monk, go walk the coast of Wales, go learn how to cook in France, go do all these different things, go to different places, but go there with a sense of learning, with understanding what these other humans are doing, what they've learned, what over the centuries they've found out, and bring that back and then help the world understand that, because there's so much knowledge out there that could be shared if only it was learned and then put back out. In science, they talk about standing on the shoulders of giants, meaning that without the work of the Newtons and the Einsteins, a lot of what we do in science would be impossible. I don't believe that we stand on the shoulders of giants, or we do, but mostly it's regular people just adding a little bit, so that over the years, over the millennia, what happens is, we've built this gigantic amount of knowledge about who we are, about how the earth works. And every generation starts from the knowledge of the past generation. So I would advise anybody, go out there, learn as much as possible so that you can add on to the knowledge of the world, and the next generation can be that much higher up than we are, one step closer to enlightenment. That's my story for today. I hope you liked it, and thank you very much. If you enjoyed my stories, please click like, subscribe to my channel, and maybe leave a comment or two. Thank you for listening.